Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks. The 29th of July, we'll be covering Microsoft, InVitae, Tesla, TWOU, which is an education company, and Taiwan Semiconductor's TSM. Now, with stocks around the globe and also the indices, I've been looking at them in two ways. One way is that we have wave 3 top here and we're looking for wave 4. Some stocks are just starting their wave 4 and other stocks are much more mature in this, are leading the pack in a sense. Now, we also know too that wave 4s can get rather complicated, so we could view this as an A and a B and a C wave down here in 5 waves, an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And that could be the completion of wave 4 here as an A and a B and a C in a lot of cases. Now, it's also possible that this ABC pattern here could just be the A wave, and then we go back for a B wave and then down for a C wave, a more complicated pattern. I'm not quite sure, but as they mature and start to take a bit more shape, we'll be able to work that out. So as I mentioned, in most cases we have wave 3 here and wave 4 here, but there is also the case with the S&P 500, as you know, where we have wave 1 top in play over here, looking back for wave 2 over here. So it's just those two things we need to work through. So steady as she goes, and let's just allow the wave 4s to mature, and let's go in and take it. Well, this is Microsoft, and this is the 4-hour chart. So I think in most cases when we do the videos, we'll just be looking at the 4-hour chart, maybe the daily and the weekly, and maybe a 1-hour chart in some certain cases, and tick charts just to work in and see things. But I can see here that we don't need to go into the tick chart because I know we've got wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. So that could be the low at this point here. We'll see. We'll see how this finishes off, and we'll also tune in with other stocks as well. So from here we'll go to the next stock on the list, which is InVitae. I'll need to get the, just bear with me for a second here. I'll just need to use the stock code rather. Okay, so the same with this stock here as well, just on the 4-hour chart. We're looking at an ABC here for the A wave, and then the B wave here, and this is technically where it can come back to here for this, the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree through here. We'll just see how it travels. I mean, I can count this as probably 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here, but I don't think that's the case. So we probably end up seeing this move down a bit lower here in this case. So it's probably wave 1 here and 2 here, then 1 and 2 for the third wave, and third to move down a little bit lower. So we can go long above this high here. Okay, that's one thing that we can do, but we'll probably adjust that. We could probably even bring it down to this high here as well, and you could do that, but let's just wait for these patterns to mature here for this. Once we have these lows in, especially within the NASDAQ and the NASDAQ 100 and the comp and the S&P and so on. I mean, these stocks are the ones that are creating the indices, of course, so we'll see it come up here first, but we want to have the big stocks like Microsoft and Amazon, etc. We want them all falling into place first with their wave 4 lows coming into place, and then we want to see them lift off from that point. So that said, let's move on to Tesla is the next one. So I'm just moving through them quite quick because we've got a few to get through in this case. So once again, it's the same here on the 4-hour chart for Tesla as well. So we know we've got an A wave here, we've got the B wave in play here. We may already have the low in play here for this as such. Let me just go into the, this is the 38.2% retracement level and the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So that's sort of where we're looking here. Could be completed. I just want to double check on this little move here on the tick chart just to see. In most cases, this is 100 ticks. In most cases, we've been seeing this move up here on the Nasdaq. If you watched the S&P video this morning, we can count that up in quite a clear 3-wave structure. In this case here, I can see we got 5 waves in here. I can also see that we've got 5 waves in here. So this is probably an A wave here. I don't know if that's the B and the C here. That looks a little bit corrective as an A and a B and a C in this structure here. So it's probably sitting in here. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave sitting here. Then up for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So yeah, an A wave, a B wave, and 5 waves up for wave C here for this. If this climbs higher though, this, just mentioning this can be well, this even looks like it's corrective in this space here as well. So this looks like it's in 5. So an A and a B and a C wave. This could move up further here. It could give us 5 waves to the upside, but I don't have them yet. If we get another high in here, then we'll know that we have the 5 waves to the upside, and that wave 4 here would be correct and being in play here. That has pulled up to the 61.8% there. So if it does show, if this lifts, I mean, this looks impulsive here, so this looks corrective. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for that. That would leave, this is just not quite clear to me at this stage. Look, if we get another high in here, well, then we'll be on the bullish side, and this wave 4 will be correct. That's just a portfolio buy here, but not actually a trade at this stage. So let me go back to the 4-hour chart here. I'll just move this out of the way here. We want to see that we've got 5 waves in here. If we do get this move up through here, then we're going to get an ABC pattern here anyway, and then we'll be moving up from that point. So we got time. We want to be over here on that high here. So at this stage, this market can certainly just continue down in this pathway here. So that's what we're looking at with the Nasdaq. So not quite sure with this just yet, but the good point about all of this though is that we are seeing a correction here. All right, second point is we have this nice number here, in this case the 1500 here, which is the medium level. So the market's not going to go very far away from this particular number here, this price point here, for a while. We just got to figure out where we are with all of this first. But it is maturing, but we just have to remember that the S&P 500, the NASI can still move down further with this. The next one is the educational company. Which is TWOU. So just taking this off Wikipedia here, it's a technology company that contracts with non-profit colleges and universities to offer online degree programs. So even though that they're working with non-profit colleges at the moment, they will move into other areas, and obviously the COVID situation would put pressure on those other companies to come online as well. So they've got a really good model here for these guys, and I think they'll only get stronger. A lot of these technology companies do well when there's turmoil in the world. As we're seeing, of course. The main takeaway from here on this 4-hour chart, though, is that if you've got a keen eye, you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down through to here. So this could probably drop further, whatever, but we'll see an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here in this instance here. So the good point about this is that we're seeing a correction across this level here, and later on the safe trade would be going long above the B wave here. But if we can tie this in with other markets, and this is where it can pull back to as well, the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, so we'll just need to be mindful about that. There's a few things that we need to go through here. This is, this is sort of certainly not leading in the wave 4 correction. It's just starting here, probably more in line with the S&P really, and yeah, more in line with the S&P. Okay, and the last stock here is TSM from Taiwan Semiconductors. So I do actually want to go back to the monthly on this one here. So this is what it's looking like here. So you can see that it has potential, and reaching $100 is certainly a very close target. We're currently at 80, which is a major trading level. So we'll just go into the weekly here. So with the weekly here, I was thinking it like this here. So the major levels are, well, 50, 80 where we are now, and the next level up will be 100. So the major levels are just the Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. And then we go back to the beginning again. 1, but we're at the power of 10 now. So 100, 200, 300, 500, 800. And then we go back to 1 again, the 1,000. So that's how simple it is. But what it does do as these markets expand, we know that Fibonacci relationships in terms of retracements and extensions and so on. So we can just use that with the price here. And then also what that does as well is it brings the psychology into the market, which essentially is people's thinking, which essentially is volume, which essentially is price. And it gives us our price patterns at our levels, which is what we're really looking at here. In this case here, we can see that we've got 1 and 2 in here, and we've got this nice third wave moving up into this space here at 80. So coming into the daily chart here, I've probably made some adjustments with this as well. But in a nutshell, wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 here. And I was looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here, and then up for 5 here for the third wave here. So this market obviously is in Taiwan. This is an ADR, so we can just see that it's bullish, can't we? In 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and just continuing to crank higher. So $100 is certainly the target that we should be looking at, and holding through. If you're long in this market, it's probably probably safer if it's just stock without any derivative in terms of CFD or warrants or any timed European options, those sorts of things, then you're probably better off getting out. But if it's just stock, then hold it, and also look to buy at lows as well. So in this instance here, from wave 2 down here, just roughly cutting that in here to this wave 3 high here, the wave 4 can come back to the 38.2% retracement level. So it can come back to roughly 72 here. It may not come that far back. Let's just move in a little bit closer, but it could, because of the relationship there. So this one here, what I've done here is, this is slightly different count. It's the same count, just different labelings. The 38.2% retracement level comes in around the $70 mark. Will it come down that far? I don't know. It's a long way. 75, maybe 73 at tops here, I think, but I have to draw it out for you that in Elliott terms, wave 3 back to wave 4 here can pull back to the 38.2% retracement level at $70 here. But I just generally sort of know that when you reach a large number, it tends to want to stick to that number. And normally what we look at as well is we would look at the minor levels above here, which would be 1, 2, and 3. So finding support on 3 here on 83, that tells me that we would be leaving the $80 mark and going higher at that point. So the downside here is probably around the 73 would be, I think would be, I mean, look, the numbers here run from, we've got 80, which is a major level, 78, 75, and 73 are the levels to the upside there. Okay, so that's where it probably will find support either at 75 or 73, but I do have to point out that it could pull back to the 70 at that point. But I just see these as buying opportunities, so to buy more. So to buy anywhere from 70 to 75 in that range there, I think that's fine. Should you do it on the first swing down or should you do it on the last swing down? I think probably split the bets and average them out. But certainly this stock will be at $100 in due course. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thanks for the support. Cheers.